Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Apologies. Uh, my one of my older roommates, he sent me like a huge batch of pictures of all of us together. Um, oh man, that's great. But yeah, hope you all had a great day so far. And if not, well, guess what? This is our hour to chill and do something that we like. However, we do have to start it with a quick warm up. So let's get started. I've been having a tough week, but today's been a pretty great day. I did have a really bad bump at the end, which is my tire on my bike deflated, and I might have hurt the rim on the bike, which means I practically just have to buy a new bike. I'll elaborate on more of that later. The rim on the back of my bike tire. Yeah. But no, like the overwhelming majority of the day has been pretty great. Had a great breakfast. Had a great gym run. Found a new band that I really like, called Doom Gong or Mega Gong. I can't remember which. I think Mega Gong is the album, but I could be wrong. But I really like their music. It's like a more synthy version of King Gizzard. Not to be reductive at all, though. Like they're an independent band. Um, Not all indie rock is, or like all indie is King Gizzard. Um, and just good solid classes today, and both the professors I had today, I talked to them in their office hours or on the aside, and they were just super kind to me. Like just welcoming, not just like, cordial, but like welcoming, which was made me feel a lot better about the whole semester and everything. They're people, right? They're not these like nebulous entities that are out for my downfall. Um, and I wanted to be in a bad mood at the end of the day because of my bike, but there's just no reason for that. I got to talk to my roommate and his partner, and um, they're awesome. They're very chill. I've had an obsession recently of making cookies. I don't know why. I guess it's just because they're so easy to make when you have cookie dough that, like, why not? And I guess today was the first day where I realized I won't be totally swamped with work. There will be a lot of reading and a lot of hard work between there here and there, and there's still a lot up in the air and things are unknown, but it's gonna be okay. Thankfully. And I think yesterday and the day before and a couple the past week and a half maybe uh have just been a unfortunate collection of poor events happening at the wrong time, as it always is. But we're here now, and I want to try to draw. And in lieu, I don't know, in lieu of my better mood tonight, I would love to draw two cylinders this stream, but we'll see. We'll see what we get up to. Given that it's kind of empty right now. We may be a bit more focused, for better or for worse. I also found a new study spot today. And has an awesome view of a window and like greener outside, and the entire space is extremely well decorated. And previously, I've not been one for aesthetics like that. Like I'll study anywhere, dingy or not, but um, it's a very nice place, and so I now think I have a preference for spaces like those. It's a lot of the places I've previously studied. They're very like faux modern, if that makes sense. Like it's it's what the engineering building can accommodate and all that. And so it's like somewhat contemporary furniture and stuff. Uh, it has no real soul behind it, and so not that like the soul of this building that I'm studying and matters that much. It's just decorated differently, and I feel like that made all the difference for like how I felt in that space. Uh, you're like, well, Kavel, why do you care that much about the space? Because if I'm gonna spend like 4 hours straight at a time unmoving, staring at my screen in a room, rather ironically, I'd want the room to have some character to it. I'd want to feel welcomed, focused, and calm in that space. Rather ironically, the library, which I used to study, was very noisy, very poor facilities, and overall just a negative experience. So who would want to study there, and who would be focused in there, right? I feel like it's just had so much traffic. Meanwhile, this space that I found, while it has had some, uh, I think the general purpose of the room and the implication that's like it's a bit nicer. Please, like, don't touch the piano type beat. Has kept it from disarray. This isn't to bash the custodial staff in my library. They work way too hard. Uh, like if they weren't there, I'd shudder to imagine how bad it would be. But I'm hoping there's one like billionaire out there eyeing my university's library just to donate a couple million, to renovate it. Because man, it needs it. And isn't that like such a philanthropic gesture? You could make your own building. You could donate your own building with your own namesake. Um, for like some specific purpose, but to do something as general purpose as a library that can kind of serve everybody. I feel like that means more. Watch the newest episode of Don Don. Very good. Um, I like how it's back to like. There's a lot of angst, I guess, in the previous episodes. Not in a bad way. It's just like uncertainty. Yeah. I'm not gonna ask the questions because I don't want to. Oh wait. Okay. My Twitch thing said offline, and I was really worried. Okay. Thank you, Twitch. I think the browser should like auto refresh or something when the stream updates in the dashboard, but it doesn't. But yeah, I in hindsight, recognizing that today was a good day started with me finding that new music album. I don't know why, but that just put me on the right track. I guess it's because music means a lot to me, and so being able to be blessed with that is pretty cool. Ay, ay, ay. I've had much better lines than this. This is almost square. I'm gonna like end up because of the cylinder challenge. Just start drawing squares all or like boxes with a square face on them just implicitly. Is that true? No, because it takes so much effort to make something even slightly square. So probably not, but I would love to have that issue. It's always greener. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to run pre-rolls today, Kat. How's it going? You mentioned you were working on your ref sheet today. You have any fun exploring different characters and such? Just got an idea working on rough draft? Heck yeah. Good to hear. Character design is hard, man. Hey, welcome, Jared Dross. How's it going? Yes, I do. Ooh, that was a good sausage form. My line work is okay today. I'm happy with this. But we make many successful cylinders. Oof, so much for line work. Conceptually, we're we're struggling a bit. Yikes. Cadoxy is a tuxedo short hair with a tiny hat and a bow. He looks deadbeat tired with the matted fur. Oh, gotcha. How do you plan on texturing the matted fur? YOLO and see what I can come up with. Cool, cool. That sounds like a very fun little process. Taking a break now is brainstorming all day. I feel that. Cool. Alrighty. Successful warm up, everybody. Pretty good actually today. I'm pretty happy with all this. Let's hope that bodes well for our upcoming cylinder. We'll see though. We're gonna take 2 minutes of ads. Actually, we'll do 3 minutes of ads, and just to get it out of the way. Maybe that'll summon Bear Mug. But yeah, so we're gonna do 3 minutes of ads, and then do hopefully 2 cylinders today. We'll see. We're back. Soup Man? Is that an ad that you got? Cool. Ads. Oh wait, no. 4 seconds of ads remaining. The song ended. I was like, oh yeah. Oh. Sorry, I just feel like that song is so overplayed. I want to. I want to find a way to like hook my monitor to the wall. Anyways, okay, cool. So, okay, done. Yep. So, without any further ado, let's get into our cylinder. So yeah, the goal is 2. We'll see if that's accomplished. I want to do a flat one. Medium degree, low foreshortening. slightly turn to the left. Let's do that. Flat in the sense like it's not tall like these. But yeah, currently like I have no monitor near me, and having a reference monitor in front of you is just so pivotal. So I'm trying to come up with like creative ways to do this, but who knows? I just need like a stand, like almost like literally just a 2x4 that I know won't fall, but it would fall. So maybe other methods. Less jerry rigged would probably be. Who's Jerry? Also, I'd like to point out that oof, that's really turned to the left unless we increase the degree. So we'll do this. I think these turned out this well because I drew them really large. But yeah. I used to watch Jerry rig everything. What? I feel like I remember something like that, but I don't know what it is. It sounds familiar though. I may shorten this a little bit. He really hates Apple. Makes sense. Is it like a repair channel? Oh, I may have to pull out the washi tape of doom. Page is starting to warp a bit. Ever since I switched to this newer paper, though, it's been less of an issue. Still an issue, though. I also think just like the moisture from where I used to draw. Scratches at level 6 with deeper grooves at level 7. That sounds like when the doctor, like the dentist, is like poking around in your mouth. Is like C6 good, C6 not. It is like that. What are you referencing right there? Oh, okay, gotcha. I swear, I have these albums which are playlists that have like hundreds of songs in them, and on every stream I feel like we hit the same ones, even though I'm shuffling them. Whatever. Maybe I have seen one of those durability videos. Who knows? I think we need to pull out the strat. Okay, which line seems too long? Also, this is definitely not going to be a medium degree, but we're not going to talk about that. This is Peak. Thank you very much. Also, welcome. I don't think I've seen you on the channel before, Satsumi. Welcome. We're just drawing some cylinders as one does in their free time. Hope your day is going well. Let's see. So the edge that feels too long is probably this one. And I would like to maximize the degree, but at this point, that's probably not going to happen. But what we would do is if this one's too long, we could shorten it by moving this VP away. Why did you drool so much? Are you thinking about like food right now or something? Speaking of food, I had some amazing ramen for dinner. And I made cookies afterwards. Because I'm gangster. I have like a lot of mushrooms I need. Oh, okay. That happens. That happens. I still have like all these mushrooms I need to get through, and so I'll just toss them. I actually cook them in the bacon grease. Yes, I'm new. By any chance, are you practicing on doing anatomy? I am not, unfortunately. I'm currently doing something called the 250 cylinder challenge from a website called Drawbox. This is going to sound like an advertisement. It isn't. But this is part of like a art learning program online called Drawbox. It's free. Anyone can visit it. Anyone can do it. You don't even need an email unless you want to do it for critique. Critique is free unless you want to do the official critique, which is not mandatory. And it's not crazy expensive. I'll be practicing anatomy once I finish Drawbox. I'll be going into New Masters Academy, where I'll be doing their fundamentals course, and then I'll be hopefully off to do some anatomy studies. But yeah, right now we're practicing understanding how circles and ellipses change in space, and in improving our intuition with these things, we can get better at estimating other objects. So, for example, with anatomy, if you have circular features or you'd want to approximate an arm or a leg, something that's cylindrical, you'd have a pretty good intuition now because we know how to fit it into a box. So, another testament to how important it is to study the fundamentals. Speaking of fundamentals, I'm fundamentally confused right now because this is not feeling square at all. And I couldn't tell you. I guess this edge feels too long. But I don't. So if this edge feels too long, we move the VP right. We can make this one longer. But if we make it longer, then we just end up where we started. Welcome, new guy. The bear may be busy, but yeah, go ahead. I just don't want to bother anyone to join the stream. I really loved her 50% crew 50 drawing. She also posted the same drawing when adding you about how to or what to draw. Might as well call it a rectangle and call it a day. Call it a rectangle. True, yeah. I might as well. But if we're going to do a perfect ellipse in perspective, sorry, I just got what you said. If we're going to do a perfect ellipse in perspective or circle, then we ought to strive for it to be as close as we can to a square. And I think we got a good point working right there, so we're going to try that. Nice. I'm going to let that dry because I could tell some ink pooled at the end right there. I'm going to take a quick sip of water while we wait for that. I can see a nice bit of the sunset outside my window. Let's go. Really pretty clouds. So Satsumi, what brings you to the stream? Are you an aspiring artist? Maybe a full-fledged master artist? Uh-oh. That's so evil. Bear's busy squishing rats right now. Leave her alone. No, I'm kidding. Hmm. Feels almost isomorphic, but I guess because these are really close to parallel. It may even be parallel or anti-parallel, just like in the opposite direction. We shall see. And like I said, low foreshortening because we have a very flat cylinder, which means it's easy if we do high foreshortening to do our degree flip. That's what I'm coining it. I don't know the actual name for it. It's very hard to find material on what happens, but for the minor axis flip, I just called it. Yeah, because degree flip isn't. That's a bit of a misnomer. Now, this is like the Oppenheimer. I don't know what to call it. Like I'd call it an arpeggio if it was a piano. I'm not sure if that applies to like strings. Ironic, because yeah, piano strings, whatever. There's like do 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 do. There it is. The flute's doing it now. We're being deceived. Do flutes have arpeggios? Probably. I bet it's not relegated to one instrument, but what do I know? Hell, it could even not be an arpeggio, and I could just be wrong. Oh. Where is this VP landing? I'm just going to assume right here. That's what feels best. There we go. One more double check, can never be too sure. Nice. Now let's lock in that VP. Just a tiny bit of foreshortening, a healthy amount. Just enough for it to not be parallel. I remember when I first did the 250 cylinder challenge and Uncomfy had the diagram of the box and it said all of these lines are parallel. I was super confused, and only until recently I realized like, oh, he meant like parallel normally, but like on the paper they're diagonal or intersecting. Didn't respond, and she's online too. Who else can I annoy? Or you could just chill out. Oh, I can see ink pooled. Let it dry for a second. I kind of want to continue the Yi drawing tomorrow, but I also kind of want to work on it in my personal time. So we'll see. And since we have a low rate of foreshortening, this line is going to remain relatively close to parallel. Makes our lives a little bit easier if we tell ourselves that at least. Yeah, so for these lines where these lines were effectively already parallel, and maybe even a little bit anti-parallel because whoopsie daisies. I mean, yeah, that's yikes. So this is just going to effectively be parallel. Don't tell uncomfortable. But it seems we have a 2-point cylinder. Hey, he drew a 2-point cylinder as the example, or it was like practically 2-point. Was it? I can't remember. Allow me then. That doesn't feel right. I mean, or like my first guess shouldn't have been the correct guess. It feels too on top of it. Yeah, I think that's good. It's a bit trippy, but you wait. You didn't add everyone, did you? Cat. Okay. Thank God you didn't. Hey, Cat, sometimes people are just busy, you know? Like it's oops, I accidentally tilted that one. Yeah, but he may want to play games instead of watch the stream, you know? That's perfectly acceptable. No one's obligated to join, right? Yeah, what if him playing games right now is his big part of the day where he gets to relax? Wouldn't want to interrupt that. I mean, yeah, that's a very bad thing to do. So I'm glad that you didn't add everybody. Okay, I think. Oh wait, no, because this VP changed. So what's going on here? Oh, I should probably just move it up then like this. Nice. How do we want to approach this? Too far. Yikes. Well, it happens. And I wobbled a bit. Eesh. You think after several hundred of these, we'd get better at them. Nope, some ink right there. Wait. Nice. Ooh, something feels wrong. I think the thing that feels wrong is because one of the sides is basically asymmetric. Because it feels like if you squint, it's like upside down right here. So something's definitely wrong, but for now, I think we're fine. Oof, that's weird to look at. What the heck? That's so weird to look at. I don't know why it's bothering me so much. See, look at that. It's like perfectly down the middle. That means my minor axis is just going to be like parallel with these. See? Oof. I'm going to let that drum and take another sip of water. Oops. This is going to be a very interesting looking cylinder. That's for sure. Cool, cool. What is that? Like a dust thing. More goodness. You're just not swallowing your water? It's going to be redundant, but I'm going to draw the minor axis. This is so weird looking. Hey, you know, it's not a bad box. It's definitely going to be a weird one, but nothing that I regret yet. I think we did learn a valuable lesson, but I just realized my name isn't Gravel. It is not. It's not. I do call myself Gravel a lot though, um, on accident. So that is completely valid. Could just be a silly coincidence. There we go. Let's do this one. Oh, this is gonna be such a weird looking cylinder. This is effectively parallel, so. In an ideal world. It isn't, but cool. I think this definitely sped it up us having one that's so parallel and such. Cool. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water and then we'll do our ellipses. Cool. Let's do it. Let it drop a little bit more. The plane on the bottom is larger though, so we will experience some foreshortening. Definitely lopsided. Oops. And for these lower degree ones, it's really easy for me to mess this up, so I just project it downwards. What's up, Bear? Welcome, welcome. Yes, we are streaming on a Thursday because I'm sick and twisted. I apologize about cat spamming you guys. I am, I say. Stomping my feet on the ground. I swear I'm streaming today, I promise. How's it going? And we're doing 2 cylinders today. We're going crazy with it. Oh wait, frickin' I probably forgot to edit my my stream schedule. My bad. That is totally my bad. Cause yeah, last stream I did say, and then I like completely forgot. Ugh. Worst streamer ever. I even started the stream by saying, "What's up, weenies?" Or I didn't say it. I put it in the chat. Did you have caffeine? Or you just feel like that? No, I've been working on something the whole day, but it's been a frustrating time. Ah, gotcha. Well, I hope you've given yourself the opportunity to relax a little bit. In fact, maybe that could be your opportunity. This stream is the good thing that you do for an hour a day is just giving yourself some time. And oof, that this is not being foreshortened properly. Great ellipse. Not so great foreshortening though. What's with my line work today? It's kind of on point. Wow, guys, we did a cylinder in 30 minutes. Now, was it a relatively easier cylinder because it's practically 2 point? Yeah. No, Cat. Bear's actually been working on making an entire wooden door, like by herself from a tree. She sent pictures. It's pretty cool. She's even like hand making the hinges and everything out of steel. She has like a little kiln in her garage. Experimenting in the realm of graphic design. Ooh, okay. That's the only artistic thing I was into before drawing, so. I am also making a door. She is graphically designing a sign for the door. Oh shoot, I still need to read that person's manga in the Discord. I like scrolled through it to look at the art really fast in the middle of class. But I had to give it a old read. To DM you because I don't know what I'm doing because of my logo. Feel free to. I'm totally cool with that. I don't know a lot about graphics design either. I've just like done it over the years and made plenty of terrible looking things and some okay looking things. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything. I would be happy to help, but I'm not sure how much of that I could provide. Cool, cool. So I'm actually gonna take a big sip of water. We're gonna chill out for a second, pause the timer, and then yeah. It's just a whim. That's the thing though. Whim things are just freaking so refreshing to me. Like the whole gravel emote thing was a whim. Because those give us cool things called skills. What program are you using to uh what program are you using to create it? You play Life is a Highway now. Also, Bear, I really love the bear mug drawing that you put in Crew 50. Not to like establish a ranking, because that would be cruel and actually like gross to do that, but that is probably like my favorite bear mug character drawing I've seen. I've re-downloaded, but I gave up because I got too impatient, so I'm just freehanding in Procreate. Heck yeah. Oh, did it get censored by the stream or you? I don't know. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, what I use nowadays for all my graphics design is Inkscape. Inkscape is really clunky and it's weird to use and learn. And it's really frustrating to get used to the Bezier tool, which is you're going to use for most things. Uh Obviously probably Illustrator's the best, but okay, you got to pick music that fits the vibe, you know? Like I'm happy to play music sometimes, but you gotta like, feel out the vibe and be like, ah, this song would be good right now. Like the Ratatouille one was on point because we were talking about Ratatouille, and it was a bit more of an upbeat, pretty song. Life is High was a good song, just it's iconic. Just probably not fitting the stream vibe right now. Anyways, let's go into the next cylinder. This is where the party is. Nah, it's over on Germa stream. Is Germa streaming right now? Oh, 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 oh. Wait, what is this face browse? Germa. Oh, he's live. Germa's live right now. Oh, is that gonna play? Go play. Probably gonna be an ad. It's an ad. Four Horsemen versus at least four browser games. Dude, that's gonna be so good. That's gonna be okay. I could probably do some Memory OST in a second. Delano, Bear Mug. Everybody go to Germa stream. Four Horsemen and versus four browser games, dude. That's freaking huge. I can't wait to watch the VOD of that later. Attention VOD watchers. Skip to 10 minutes in the video. What kind of I'm lost for what kind of cylinder we should do next. Should we do quasi freaking tall? Quasi freaking tall with high degree slightly turned to the right. I'm doing pretty good. I saw your marker upgrade, heck yeah. Watching a stream earlier and they're all pissing in each other's mouths. Why did I read that out loud? Cat's right. I'm going to end the stream early so I could watch four grown men pissing each other's mouths. When will you come back? So true, Delano. Or are you talking to me? When will I come back? I have Smooth Criminal playing in my head right now, and I don't know why, and I wanted to stop. It's not like fitting anything right now. And that song just like brain start playing a different one, please. Delano and his League of Legends status is stressing me out. I'm shaking and like grinding my teeth right now because of this. Surpassed my limits, this guy. But I like my screen time. What is it? Is it that bad? Oh, I don't see a status right now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bear. I reread the thing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess up the stream schedule. I'd invent it. Sorry. You're free to do what you choose. Just come back to Earth soon. I will be the opposition. No, Delano, you are not allowed to do the things that you like. You just got a free box of Cheez-Its. Heck yeah. Shout out Cheez-Its. The primordial urge to like stick my hand into a box of Cheez-Its and actually grab, you know those videos of like the greedy cats when they're like eating the entire bowl, like they're unhinging their jaw and like eating all of the cat food. That's like me with a handful of Cheez-Its. Also, I went to the wrong dot. I feel bad. I need to throw away this whole page now, guys. I'm sorry. Yoink. Oof. I don't know how tall I should make this one. I'm gonna go here. Cool, cool. If I was a crazier man, I'd try to do 3 cylinders this stream, but I'm not doing that. And plus, I think after this, we're caught up on our debt, and it'll be exactly 100 streams for the 250 cylinder challenge, which would be freaking epic. It's not sad at all. Totally normal. Yeah, I forgot I was gonna rant about this. Uh, when you're a freshman in college, go and make friends. Like, go out of your way, socialize, have as much fun as you can for all of your college career, right? Uh, it's going to be scary, going out of your way to interact with people you've never met, and you have to find ways to relate. It's a challenge, but it's well worth your time, and it's a good noble endeavor, right? To meet new people, to socialize, all that good stuff. So please do it. There's nothing bad with that. However, that will not detract from the fact that it could still be pretty freaking awkward to meet people as a freshman, because you go through the same script of hi, I'm blank. What's your major? Oh, I'm this. Oh, my friend's that major. I am this major. Oh, cool. Do you have this class? Nah. I have this class. Oh, I heard that one's hard. Are you part of any clubs? It's that, right? And I just keep hearing that because I have a lower level class that have quite a few freshmen in it. And like, no shade, right? It's just always so awkward. I had those same conversations. It's especially if like the other person's not into it. They're just like trying to very kindly say, "Hey, yeah, I'm not gonna interact like that. Don't cry, please." I think crying over Cheez-Its is warranted. Have you guys ever cried about food, like having food? I think I've teared up. I got flashbacks from freshman university because of COVID. Ah, gotcha. Was it just harder to interact and meet with people? I mean, of course it would be, but is that the flashbacks? I think I did because the food was so bad. No. And the music was a ballad. Oh no. The only ballad I can name off the top of my head is the Jack Strawber ballad of Himantha. And I think that video, like, I teared up to. I don't ask. It's a stupid story, but it's a very beautiful song. Not stupid, derogatory. It's just like, you know, someone born with a ham as their head. I don't think it's out of line to say. That's a bit silly. White cheddar cheese, heck yeah. Cat's locked in. She has no idea what anybody's talking about or what's going around her. She's just absorbed by the Cheez-Its. Okay, I'm going crazy style with this foreshortening. No one's foreshortened a cylinder more than I have right now. Just kidding. I think when I looked at Delano's cylinders, he had like a crazy long one like across the page. Shout out. Once stream is done, her box is empty. Hey Siri, how many calories are in a okay. Oh my gosh. Why can't it be convenient to use? Okay. Box of white cheddar Cheez-Its, or white cheddar snack crackers as they call it, has 150 grams per serving, and there's about 12. So 12 times 15 is 110. Add that zero. That's 1,000 calories, right? That's 100. Am I high? Oh wait, no, I did the math wrong. 1800. That's almost an entire day's worth. How did I do that math wrong? Whatever. uh, that's an entire day's worth of calories right there. I think there is a limit, maybe some restraint, because the less you eat today, the more there is tomorrow. On tonight's stream, Kat learns the virtue of, what is it, temperance? Oh, shoot. I just realized I messed up my meal schedule for the week. It's okay. I ate whatever I wanted today. I will let tomorrow deal with it later. That's cool. She's going to be so mad when tomorrow has to deal with it. No, some days it's really good to have, like, I'll just do it. Or, like, recently, a whole reason why I don't cook as much sometimes is, like, I don't want to have to do the dishes. So I cook very minimally. But as of recent, my whole mentality has just been, like, cook whatever I want and deal with the mess later. Not that, like, I'm a crazy messy person, but, you know, it takes time to clean all that stuff. And I've been much happier. Like, the ramen I made tonight, I'm still, oof. Like, that put me in such a good mood. I was in a bit of a bad mood because my bike. That ramen turned it around instantly. Twinsies. Oh, so did you ride the whole way with a flat tire? So your ramen turned into a bike. My bike got a flat tire today, and so I walked part of the way home and made ramen, and it made me feel a lot better. But no, so I was waiting at a stoplight. Beforehand, my bike was completely fine, and then I wait at the stoplight, and then I hop on my bike, and it feels really rough. And I'm like, maybe it's just like the like path between the stoplight, and then it keeps being that way. So I pull off to the side, and yeah, there's just no air in my tire. This happens every semester. So tomorrow I'm taking the wheel off and then inspecting like what caused it. And I've resolved. So this bike was $100, right? If the rim on the bike is broken, I have to buy a new bike wheel, and it's a back wheel, which is going to cost me about $60. So at that point, why not just spend another $40 for a bike that will last me a year, right? Which I know is a bit flippant. Now, if I can just replace the tire, fine, that's perfect. That's like $20, maybe less. And the world is saved. But if the rim of the bike is broken, I'm just going to buy a new bike and like try to sell off the old one. I think I have the warranty thing. I bought a 2-year warranty for the bike, but I'm not sure if this is covered under the warranty. So we'll see. It kind of, every semester, something bad happens with my bike. And it's like not a nice enough bike for me to take to a shop and be like, yeah, I'm cool spending $50 for you to fix this. You found a tricycle? Oh, wait, is it the one with the basket at the end? Because I've seen a lot of people in my university with tricycles. And they're like, you know, they're very, very wide, and it's good for like long-term traveling with lots of stuff, or long-term like biking for a little while. I've seen a lot of the art students use it because they have all their materials or stuff that they need, or some people just prefer it. Like a kid bicycle. Oh, goodness. Yeah, what I have is literally a mountain bike it's a Huffy mountain bike from Walmart that you can get I got it for $100 because I had like some kind of deal. I think it runs for like $108 usually. Oh, no, I got it for like $120 because I included the warranty though. And it makes me so mad because like I do a good deal to ensure my bike is in working order and such. Maybe I'll go to just a used bike shop. Because like that's the thing, I don't now, especially now because I live a lot closer to campus. I don't need like a 24. That's the thing that pisses me. I don't need these like 24 speed bikes. Like no, I just want like a 5 speed. Give me the cheapest possible thing, and I don't like. Actually, I do kind of like suspension because then it's easier to like pop curbs and stuff. But I don't like. I don't need all these bells and whistles. Hell, don't even paint it. Don't even paint it. Just give me bike. It has 2 wheels, maybe suspension, 5 speed, good brakes. The bear mug tricycle. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. I don't know why, but whenever I read Nike in my head, I read it as Nike. Isn't that how the way the people in the EU pronounce it? Yo, what up, monkey? Sorry that cat dragged you here. You are free to leave. She just went a bit stir crazy. I call it Nike. Yeah, I call it Nike as well. I just like whenever in my head, I just read it as Nike. Maybe because like I don't acknowledge it as a brand in my brain, so I just read the word first. Yeah, where's Kat? She's off like overdosing on white cheddar Cheez-Its. Yeah. She literally added everybody and then left. Yo, what's up, James? Avengers Assemble. Dang, everybody's here. Welcome, welcome. I need to like apologize on Kat's behalf. She told me in chat, she was like, yeah, I added everybody. I was like, did you add everyone? And she's like, no. I was like, okay, thank God. But still, like, people could be busy, you know, doing their own thing. I would never subject you guys to watching a Kavel stream. I mean, no, it wouldn't. Whenever I hear Nike, I think of those British people. Those British people. I was sleeping. Gotcha. Sorry to interrupt your sleep. My bad. Oh, yeah, sorry. I was gonna say this, then I got sidetracked with whatever. My philosophy class, we had to read a paper. Neitholt's, I think that's how you pronounce the name, Technology Ethics, or What is Technology Ethics? And we just read some excerpts from it, and it has some very interesting segments, some of which I'm not going to repeat on stream. But we walk into class over, like, about to talk about what is technology, what is ethics, what is technology ethics. Okay, have a good one, monkey. Bye-bye. Hydrate will do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It wasn't that you woke me. Don't apologize. Yeah? So yeah, like the basis of the class is talk about ethics and talk about technology, right? Or today's class. Instead, like we start our discussion and it instantly goes to AI and like the ethics of AI. And there's of course people doing the dissenting opinion, whether they believe it or not, I don't know. And part of the rule of this class is we can talk about things discussed there, but definitely not talk about things or like specific people. It's called like the chat house rule, I think. Am I cool with lurkers? Of course. Just do your own thing. If you have fun drawing alongside the stream, that's totally cool. This stream is just like a more bear. It's a more complex reminder, right? It's just like, it can be hard to like muster up that strength to do something that can like help you flourish as a person, right? It's like practice music, draw, cook, whatever. And so this stream is just your reminder to say, hey, we're all working on something great. Why don't you join along? So yeah, you're totally cool. You don't have to say anything in chat. That is not an expectation. Just do something that you love for an hour. Gen Z. Gen Z is evil gems. It feels weird not attending classes. Like skipping a class in college. Yeah. I talked about it 3 streams ago or whatever when I did that assignment till 5 a.m. and slept for 2 hours. And then skipped. I think I took a nap. I went back to sleep and skipped the class I stayed up till 5 a.m. for. And it was such a weird feeling. Just not having classes. Oh, okay. Psh, I wouldn't know, Bear. No need to brag or anything. Yeah, that must be like a very strange. All of it must be very strange. I mean, we've spent the last 20 plus years of our lives in and out of school. And especially the last 4 years being some of the most high octane and independent ones. So we're like, no, I hate my name. So yeah, it makes sense that I wouldn't be surprised if there was just some inherent post-traumatic stress wrought from just the general experience of college. Not to like undermine the legitimate condition of PTSD, but like a light notion of stress remaining from that experience. What is it? I went to my professor's office hours to talk to him about a lecture he's having. I talked about this the other day, because I can't attend his talk, and so I was hoping he'd be kind enough to like tell me about his talk. Give me the spark notes, and he was actually extremely receptive to that. So shout out to my professor for being so kind to spend. He even went overtime for his office hours explaining it to me. But his talk is on, and I this word sounds controversial and cringy, but cancel culture. And I'm not going to say too much of what his talk was about or anything like that because that's him to say, that I felt like crazy interesting. It's like the societal philosophy, and it's not necessarily the ethics or the morality, I should say, of cancel culture. It's more of just like what is cancel culture and how do we see this phenomenon in society, and what purpose does it serve? And what does it say about the people who are canceled and who do the canceling? Very cool. Really respectable, cool professor. I'm gonna be real. I thought it was gonna be like, I was worried it was gonna be this like cringier like interpretation of it. Because I barely know the guy, so I just brace for the worst. But it wasn't. Heck yeah. That's embarrassing. I had a piece of green onion on my teeth. Man, whenever, yeah, once again, I'm not sure. I think I talked about it on stream. I'm not sure how much, how cool Bear is with us talking about it too much. But I just want to say, once again, congratulations. That's a feat in and of its own. And heck yeah, that's like, I'm jealous. I'm literally jealous. You want to discuss something? Of course, yeah. What's up? How do you differ from goals and visions? Yo, that's a crazy question. Like a crazy good question. The timer's for just like an hour. That's the thing. We like dedicating an hour a day. And so I'm actually going to hide it because it's a bit distracting. But yeah, just like an hour. It's just a good like frame of reference for how long we've been doing it. Sometimes we go over, sometimes we go under. We're not too militant about it, but it's just a nice reminder. But yeah, how do you differ from goals and visions? That's like, I've never even considered that, man. frick. I'm like at a loss for that statement. Because first first you'd have to define what a goal and a vision is. For me, right, tackling this at a very surface level. And please feel free, Bear, or anybody, to put your ideas in chat, because I think this is a really good question to like ponder. A goal for me is a standard by which I hold myself to complete some task. Yeah, or a standard I hold to myself. The task may be, I don't mean task in like the literal sense, but like some like series of steps that ought to be completed to achieve something, right? I think achievement's a big part of that. That's totally valid. Me neither. So yeah, it's a series. I guess it's maybe a series of steps by which I hold myself accountable to complete for achievement, I guess. Actually, no, because I feel like you have goals for other things. You can have a goal to be healthier. You can have a goal to be popular. Those have different ends, right? Ask me that tomorrow. A vision, I feel like, has a more nebulous aesthetic to it, where it is something that you yearn for that may not have so much of a concrete basis. So as goals have either steps or actionable features to them, you have the intent to complete it. A vision, or at least as I understand it, I'm thinking visions as more of dreams rather than like an ideal situation. So yeah, I guess like visions may not be as tangible nor reachable as goals. Like you could have a vision to be a billionaire in this very nice house with a freaking Ferrari. I don't know. And while that's all well and good, it may not be totally reachable given your circumstances. Or maybe you just haven't aligned goals to achieve that. So once you get closer, so maybe it's a thing of proximity, then yeah. I've been looping a Steve Zapata video about not having goals. Said that you shouldn't use goals to be driving force for art. And it sucks because I'd like to do something with my art externally, but I also want to balance that with my love for drawing itself. So maybe are you looking for something like a challenge instead? Because I feel like a challenge, it offers that striation you want, that push towards towards like self-critique and improvement, yet it doesn't have that same feature as a goal. You can have a goal to complete a challenge, but you can also just do a challenge. Because I feel like a challenge doesn't have the same feeling as a goal. A goal is like you ought to complete it, but a challenge is set because you don't know whether you can complete it or not. But I understand your feeling, because doing art for the sake of loving art itself is why we do it, right? But I do also resonate with the feeling, if I'm understanding you correctly, that I do want I'm assuming when you say, sorry, this was like one of those things I was overthinking today. No. Like, I love conversations like these. Because, like, picking apart people's brains in a group setting, like, that's kind of as good as it gets, right? And these are hard questions in good ways. Could you send me that Zapata video? If not, I'll watch every single one until I find the one you're talking about. Because yeah, I'm not a true knower of a lot of his philosophy. I think from what little I've seen, he has great philosophy. Heck yeah, thank you, thank you. Because I am a person who, like, born of engineers and raised as one, uh, likes to pursue a craft for the honor of, or like having pride in it, right? Like that's why I like mark making so much. Is sure, in some ways it's fruitless, right? Like you could still make art without being a great mark maker. Um, but the challenge, the pursuit of perfection, in some ways. Once again, I say pursuit, not the expectation of being perfect. It's a noble one, and it can be really fun and rewarding. It makes it's a very good feeling when someone masters a more physical craft, I guess. Maybe not even physical, just the mastery of something. Like I mean, I've kind of done it. The you should keep drawing until you find that dreamer thing you're looking for. Right now you're having fun. Hmm. I see what you mean. I have to digest that. The act of drawing can lead you to find something that you want to do. Also, this backline's so messed up. Bear, do you think you have like a full question, right? Like a, or like maybe could you restate what you said earlier in the sense of do you want, you know, you've been told to draw for the sake of drawing, right? For the sake of loving art. And that in its very act fulfills you. But you want, and while you understand that, you also crave something a bit more concrete, like the challenge of, sure. Because like fostering a pure love for art is one of the best things you can do as an artist, right? But I feel like it is inevitable that we'll have that craving to push ourselves. It's fun to do that, to find our weaknesses that way. Yeah, I may have to watch that Zapata video before I make any claims. Then again, he's the GOAT. What can I say? But I think that's a really good question. Dream or goals from visions. First stream, it's already emotional. More so like what's the word for like thinking? Like very not inquisitive. I don't know. I love questions like these though, because like they make you pick apart why you like art. The examined life and all that, right? To pick apart every reason you have for everything. I do believe that establishing a philosophy for yourself, which may differ from Zapata, it may differ for Proco or whomever, um, is important. And I say picking a philosophy because ultimately, I mean, I'm not going to say, or at least that's a belief of mine, which could easily be contested, but finding what works for you. Because suppose, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, Zapata's wrong. Like, no, I'm not facetious. I'm not dumb enough to say that at all. But there's the off chance that people could be wrong, or we are misinterpreting. I'm not vibing with this music. We could be misinterpreting their message, or for whatever reason, the message we get isn't the one that we need. Or maybe we just need to hear it in a different way. But that's why we ought to experiment with these ideas and challenge them. I'm a bit of an absurdist when it comes to art. I personally think that nothing is inherently meaningful. And it is us silly little humans that project meaning onto things. And through that creates value and beauty. Of course, this is just a belief, and so feel free to like contest it or say, Kavel, you're wrong, unsubscribed. So like it could have been anything that I picked. It could have been stitching, it could have been cooking, it could have been whatever. But I just resonated with art and the process of it. Of taking things deep and personal to me and expressing it on a page. Or so that's why I should say I picked drawing of the many arts there are there, because my personal definition of art is and it's a naive working definition. It is the direct creation or projection of meaning by human onto something. What's to differ the noise a bird makes from music? Where's the line where a bird song becomes a song? And it's something meaningful and appreciate. And it's a loose, dumb definition, and I haven't done much looking into it, but from that, art has no bounds. And who does, man? Like, This is the thing, and it may not be art for us. I one time I was in a modern art exhibit, and I saw like 3 cups, or it was like 5 cups or something, with varying levels of like blue liquid. I didn't get it. I didn't really care to get it either. Like I wasn't gonna do. I didn't find entertainment in the mental gymnastics of finding the intent or any meaning behind that. I could have, didn't. And I feel like walking around with a little label gun saying this is or isn't art is reductive and kind of pointless with that definition, because it allows you to enjoy the things you want and that you deeply find meaning in. I don't think that's necessarily true. Because, like, I have a goal to complete Drawbox. That's finished. I think whenever you hear that argument of the finish line moving, it's attaching subjective goals to art, which is like draw better or make things that look good, right? And that's what Uncomfortable warns about. I think personally, like, it's cool to have like finished Drawbox. But I feel like a much more efficient goal is just to, in a rather stupidly, just like have fun. Find the way of doing things that makes you entertained. And express yourself. I don't know, I've just always gotten so overwhelmed at the thought of I have to market myself. I have to get a following. I have to make a certain type of art to please people. I just want to draw for myself. I think the notion of this got so far. Yeah, I don't. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. But yeah, I think the notion of the micro goal just kind of kicks the ball later down, or whatever, however that saying goes. But yeah, Bear, could you elaborate on your question from earlier? Because I feel like I need a little bit more context. Okay, I think we're good here. No. It's not vibe killing at all. Like, I'm thoroughly happy with this conversation. Like, I'm not being like, oh, I'm like not trying to cushion feelings. I'm like legit. I like conversations like these. Now, if it is putting anyone off in chat, I apologize. But I'm finding fun in discussions like these, and that's all that matters is the streamer, not the experience of everybody else in chat. Because I put calm music on this stream, so Jims might have fallen asleep. Oof, that backline's killing me. Well, I think that's true. And the draftsman echoed this idea: is you are a brand. Depending on the level of success and sustainability you want your brand to have, you will have to venture and draw things that you may not want to. Or not that they're like awful, horrible things, but you're like, well, I gotta complete this piece, right? In fact, many artists have echoed this sentiment of you know, would it be an amazing world if we could draw all the things that we wanted for ourselves all the time and then that to sustain us? Yeah, but no, you're fine. You're fine. From what I can see, Bear, I think of it as this. If there's a worry that you will push your art career, I'd have to rewatch the video so I can actually formulate a career that I'll do that after stream. Gotcha. I'll watch it as I'm going to sleep tonight, and then I'll probably like respond on a lot of it tomorrow. But to like give a blanket statement right now is if you're worried about being marketable or the notion of setting goals to be more presentable to other people, that's not only a choice that has to be made much later and through much smaller choices than a grand one right now, right? It's okay to draw the things you like and to find mediation between like satisfying others' commissions and your wants to make things. You know, there will always be moments where you have to draw, you have to do things that you don't necessarily want to, but that doesn't strip you of all freedom. And in fact, as you grow as a creator, as a business, I guess you could say, I bet you'll get more opportunities to do the things that you like. Because like Delano said, people will come to you not because you are an art machine, but because you are Bear Mug the artist, who has a particular style, way with working with clients, and just presence, right? I am not going to pretend I have any knowledge of the art business sphere, but I too have been like so crazy worried all the time about being marketable for computer science and to be what they call competitive for like the FANG companies and stuff. And while it's well and good to be competitive, none of us want to become a cog in the machine just to be bought up by somebody, right? And so it is, in truth, a balance between how much you want to do your own thing and how much you want to sate the world. But I feel like in that challenge, you find ways to make it work, to add your own flair to things. I originally really sucked at school, and then I found ways to make it very enjoyable. Do I still kind of suck? Yeah, but like I found a way to make that process. We adapt. And if we struggle, then we may, choose alternative paths, not like abandoning all drawing, but and it's really easy to catastrophize too. Be like, the reality, our anxiety forces us to like perceive unlikely yet detrimental scenarios so we can prepare for them. So for me, I've done it so many times of me getting stuck at like the lowest basement floor of like Amazon headquarters, just code all day, doing like stand up after stand up. And while that is a reality, it's not one worth investing so much gray hair into. It's so hard to catch, man. I put it a while ago. I can't remember where I put it, Bear. There's the Reddit post where it talks. I think it was like 2 days ago, or maybe even yesterday. It was someone asking, I don't want to be competitive. Like, I just want a job that fulfills me, that I work with people closely. I don't want like this crazy salary. I understand there's no perfect job, but like, give me something. And people in the comments on Reddit were just so unbelievably kind. So I'd recommend giving that a read. Yeah, the competitive one, yeah. Like, and I appreciate because people in there are like not placating the OP. They're like, yeah, I've been, coding for 20 years at the same job. I have a family. I have a very nice house. I started at a lower salary and worked my way up, and there's a place. Now, would I love to be somebody like PCAT who like makes this amazing art, has great content? Yes. Heck yeah. Who doesn't want to be PCAT or like freaking I don't know, Sam Does Arts or Scott Christian Sava, right? Or Christian Scott Sava. I always mess that up. And that could be possible. But I feel like also another way of looking at it is those jobs are relocated to the people who want to make those sacrifices, if that makes sense, or are comfortable with it. That's what finding like your thing is. Oh heck yeah, yeah. Like I have big inspirations. Like I can't name them explicitly because they're like personal people in my lives. It's really good to have these virtuous craftsmen among you. Like imagine what living legends we know had to do to become living legends. Yeah. To avoid catastrophizing, hey, I do the thing where I'm like, hey, whoa, like I literally say it out like, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Um, but just talking to people has helped a lot to avoid that, and like not the oh my gosh, my friend I wish I could say his name, um, but just for his privacy, I won't. He came up with a name of these people that I liked. It was perfect. There's these people like, and I'm not trying to like insult a wide range of people. If you find like legitimate joy in becoming competitive, in fact, that's a good thing to be at the top of your craft and um to want to like build things that make a difference in the world. I think is extremely noble and great. But there are some people who just want to do it for the bill, or and they'll do whatever they can to do get a leg up on you, and they don't really care about the process. I can't remember, but that's like those are the people who have made me catastrophize more because like I'm supposed to compete with those guys who like make their entire identity fighting for the top. You it depends because we can't become them. We all have different factors that result to different paths. True. Yeah, who isn't? I still like compare myself to many of you guys in the server, and not to the point of detriment, but or like Soko or like Mickey. Oh my gosh, I was like looking at my art, and then Mickey's is like, I want to be as good as Mickey. Um, uh, saw someone on Twitter they made $400 for animated commissions. They were just template drawings. Wow. Yeah, I can understand that. I see LinkedIn posts all the time of people getting hired at like crazy places and like I guess it's just a factor of life now, isn't it? We're always going to see someone. I guess that's what all the pros warned us about. We're always going to see people one up us. There's always going to be someone better than us. So might as well just put our heads down, and I guess that's where the love of art is found. Is like Zapata warned us about. Surpassing is a crazy thought because if you think it's oh, yeah, surpassing Isn't that a bit like superfluous, right? Like, what do you gauge where's the line for surpassing? Is it subscribers? Is it like how do you surpass an artist? Surpassing your own way, of course, making your own path. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Kind of. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure, sir. Yeah, I feel like just doing your own thing is a because like surpassing is, I think, quite literally like to take their specific standard and then go past it, right? Instead, like adopting, creating your own style, finding what works for you. I think at the end of the day, and because like I'm going to talk myself into circles. I have a very bad habit of doing that, and I'm going to bring up probably one of the most influential creators, who I think is a absolute testament towards creativity and doing what you love despite what people think. Is the legend Germa. And I know that's silly, but hear me out. In his speech, which I think all of you should stop watching the stream like literally right now and go watch his streamer award speech, is to slow down. Alrighty, have a good one, Jims. Bye bye. Slow down. Like it's gonna be okay. It's really easy, and I'm kind of like repeating his words for both that speech and his like little aside he had during that one horror game on the slide. To think we need to be somewhere or to be someone to meet some expectation. And sure we do. We have to make a business. We have to make a life for ourselves. That is the survival. We ought to survive in life. But we don't need to fulfill the expectation of something nebulous and unhelpful. Germa Glaze. Germa and many other artists slash creators like him have made undeniably great lives for themselves, full of admirable virtues, friends, love, all those great things. And they didn't need to be like the world's biggest celebrity. Yeah, I'm going to watch it tonight again because I think it's good to hear. Just slow down. So maybe it's the mantra for this year for me, for the semester, for the remainder of college at least, is slow down. Because like I've been doomsdaying a lot over this past week about this whole semester. Like thoughts like I can't do this. Like I can't do this for another one, but I'm stealing that thanks. And here I'll one up you. Take this one instead. This is from the film Perfect Days, which I also recommend everyone watch. It's very topical to this. But the main character, which I'm forgetting his name, because it's also Japanese and I don't know how to speak Japanese. Yeah, I'll put in the YouTube chat some German motivation. Is the main character at some point says "ima wa ima," which translates to from Japanese as "to now is now." Ima wa ima. It's a bit more impactful, of course, if you actually watch the movie, but now is now. Don't need to do all this other stuff. So long as we spend an hour a day doing something that we love, we'll get somewhere. with the compassion skill that all of you guys have, I doubt it'll be anywhere boring. Worst thing you could do now, though, is give up on yourself right now. Of course. That's why Delano created this community. That's why I stream. All that good stuff. Because Delano is a beacon of encouragement. Cat's a beacon of Cheez-Its. That's, yeah, I've realized this semester, the only way I'm getting through the semester is hanging out with people, being with people. Because they say stuff like this to me all the time, which is like, I almost just said my real life name. Oh my gosh. They're like, Cav, dude, what are you thinking about? Calm down, man. Yeah. Like, they always put me in check. It's also one thing my mom does is same thing with my dad, especially my dad. It's like they will not remove me from the reality of the situation. I think it's because they're nerds, they're engineers, right? But like, frick. Kind of saved it right there, kind of. Breaking news, a streamer almost leaks his name. It's crazy that like the biggest security vulnerability on my streams is myself, you know? Oh man, I'm having all the like, go work hard, you know, all this, and then like, I need to work on the lesson 4 video after stream. I don't want to. I've been meaning to do it in the mornings, but in the mornings I do schoolwork. I almost got him. I think liking Cheez-Its is pretty solid advice. How long is this? 2 hours? 2 hours? I'll sleep in a little bit tomorrow. I don't have any class. So. And all I have waiting for me tomorrow is homework and repairing my bike. Neither of which... Actually, I'm kind of looking forward to the homework. It's some pretty cool stuff. Actually, it isn't even homework. I'm just doing it of my own volition. But it's for a cause. So. Ima. Sorry. It's very fun to say. Cool. I'm also going to post the Ima scene just because it's nice, but I'll post the German stream clip. So, yep, we're going to wrap it up there, everybody. Thank you guys for the very awesome conversations tonight. I really liked all the debate and stuff, and I'm going to watch that. I'm excited to watch that Zapata video so I can ponder art regression. I did it already. Huge. Thank you. But yeah. So, with that being said, everybody, thank you. Oh, wait, review. So we drew true cylinders. This one was way too parallel, which made it a bit isomorphic, which made it look weird. This one had a weird backline. Also, I just feel like I didn't do anything too different with this one. But yeah, while stream was short, this is a longer stream for me. We usually stream for 1.5 hours every day. We did stream a long time once, and I'm not sure if I'll do that again. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. Thank you very much, Satsumi, sorry. Welcome to the channel. Cat Diaz, Bear Mug, Delano, Jims, Monkey. We had our friend Jerry Draws earlier. I think that was everybody. Sorry, I'm in 160p, but thanks for hearing him ramble, YouTube chatter. I think that's everything. I said Delano, cat, bear, monkey, gems. Delano, cat, bear, monkey, gems. I think so. And our friend Satsumi and Jared Ross. Cool. So we will be streaming tomorrow. It is going to be 50% Friday. We're going to be either spinning the wheel or continuing the Yi drawing. I have not decided yet. Because I want to do more stylization with these drawing. But anyways, okay. And then we will not be streaming Saturday, and we should be back Sunday. I may do a double day off if I need it. But yeah, thanks for extending stream. We got it. Yeah, I was gonna do 2 cylinders in the first place, but yeah. So yeah, once again, sincerely, thank all of you guys. Thank you guys, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Haha, no more couple more minutes. Haha. Bleh.